It's been to the point now where on the wine test, which I want to talk about in just a minute, the amount of material produced has actually been enough to clog up a sink. It's very unfortunate, but it's a fact that we're talking about a significant amount of material that can be seen. And with that, I wanted to reiterate the question of whether or not you would like to perform this test that Dr. Scott has established and discovered. And it is a test. It is not a cure at all. For those that are refusing to disclose this information because they're worried about liability, there is no concern on my side about presenting the factual truth, and especially if it's observable and repeatable. And this is a test that you have discovered and established, which leads one to ask for themselves and to answer the question for themselves as to whether or not the issue that we're speaking of is real. And I'm going to put a photograph up here at the end that shows the results of that test, and it's quite simple, using the wine as you described. People can look at the site or your paper, but it's basically swishing, gargling your mouth with a dark red wine. Again, controversial with the peroxide thing, whatever the mix is. But this is real physical material that we're speaking of.
Which you have sampled and shown under a microscope.
Repeatedly. This is not something that's anomalous at this stage.
Right.
We're up to 26 people that have voluntarily performed this test. Unfortunately, all 26 of them are showing the presence. And this is a question that I ask to you. If you do not think that the general population, the broader population, is involved in this issue, I urge you to consider performing this test. If you do find that your gums and mouth expel any material, solid material, of a fibrous or stringy network after you perform this test, I encourage you to start asking some very serious questions. What is the nature of that material? Why is it there? And then also you figure out how to get rid of it, and we've made some progress. And with that, I wanted to thank you very much, Gwen, for being here again, a second in a series, and I hope to continue. And we'll get the information out as best as we can. And thank you very much.